Valentine's Day, yay or nay?
I thought you were explaining it to me.
Valentine's Day, yay or nay?
You didn't ask for our opinion.
But we're gonna give it to you. It's the board of the Bling Bling Broads.
My name is SANNA.
And I'm Sol.
And today we're going to talk to you about Valentine's Day because that's the big thing happening right now.
Exactly. Our first board meeting is in session.
Yes. Okay. So do you know the history behind Valentine's Day?
You talked a little bit about it, but please indulge us on the history.
Much like Christmas, there's not like a really good trace back or like factual history around it.
Are you trying to say Valentine's Day is fake news then?
No, I'm trying to say that there are multiple stories of origins.
Okay.
But nothing that we can like trace back and say, yep, this is how it started.
Okay.
Okay. So it comes from this holiday, like Wait, what's it called again? Lupercalia, which is a pagan holiday, but I don't like that one as much. So, but that's where it stems from. But to like Christianize pagan holidays, we turned it into Valentine's Day, and it evolved into what we have today.
Right.
But my favorite story that I found online, that they still say that they can't confirm, is the true origin story, is about Valentine. So during his time, the emperor at the time, he was super into having like a good army. He wanted the best army. So he
just
put
like all the Romans.
So he put a
good army.
Yes, exactly.
Let's kill and murder everyone.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much. That was his thoughts.
Yes.
So what he did is that he gathered as many men as he possibly could to go to wars, but his armies were very down because they were missing home, they were missing their families and all of that, right? So the solution that he came up with, that he thought was a great idea, was to say that you can't get married anymore.
Oh yeah, sure.
Then you wouldn't have anyone to miss, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's the best. Tell someone not to do something, they're gonna listen.
Exactly. So he was like, no one can get married, everyone's gonna be in my army because that's priority number one, and be the biggest, best army. But then there was this priest at the time who would marry these secret lovers.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So that's why I picked the story. I'm like, that's kind of cute. There's way worse stories, origin stories that we could have picked, but I'm biased and I wanted that one to be the true one. But so he would, and there would be secret lovers, and he would go and marry them. And eventually, obviously, he got caught, and he got sentenced to death, and they put him in jail. And these lovers that he had married, they came back to visit him in prison, and they would send little notes. And then the story goes that while this Saint Valentine was in prison, he fell in love with the prisoner's daughter. And then on the day of his execution, he wrote her a letter saying, and then he signed it, your Valentine. And that's why we sign our cards, your Valentine. Possibly, but possibly not, but I'm gonna go with that story because I think it's really sweet.
It's a very sweet story. So I have a story for you too, since we're talking about Romans. I mean, we both love Greek Roman mythology, right?
Yes.
And one of my favorite stories is the story of Cupid and Psyche. You said you haven't heard of it.
Not this one. No.
Not this one. Okay. It's a very Greek mythology is always very tragic, but this one I find it so sweet. It's romantic. I mean, it starts off petty, but it's romantic. So there's this girl named Psyche. I think she was a princess or something. By the way, I might not be quoting the story exactly correct. So if I'm wrong, oh well. So she was so beautiful that people weren't praising Venus, Aphrodite, enough. So Aphrodite was like, make her go fall in love with an ugly man. So Cupid's like, okay, mom, I'll do that. So he flies down and he sees her and he sees how beautiful he is, and he accidentally pricks himself with his bow.
Arrow?
And with his arrow, and he falls in love with her and she falls in love with him. So then Cupid, he's a baby, right? When he got pricked, he turned into a man. So he's like this full-on man. And they got to keep it a secret. So she falls in love with him, or like she's forced to marry him or something like that. So he would visit her every night in the complete dark, so she would never see who he was. And they start falling in love, kind of like Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were falling in love, and she got curious one night, so she hid a
match, like a candle.
Yeah, a candle or a match at night.
Yeah.
He came in, visitor. They did the marital stuff, and then well, speculation. And then she takes out and shines his face. She sees him, great looking guy, but he's got wings and everything. And he's like, oh no, I gotta go. And then he went away. And so she's really sad because her love is gone, because she broke his trust. He said the one thing you can't do is look at my face, and she broke his trust. So he's gone forever.
Which is quite the requirement to put on someone.
Right. I mean, I'm probably not telling it as well.
You can't see my face.
That's the gist of it. He's like, you can't see my face, and don't be curious. So he goes away, and she's depressed, and she wants to get her love back. So she goes through these trials that Aphrodite puts in place, and I think there were like 3 trials that she goes through, and she does most of it successfully. And then the last trial was for her to go down to the underworld and go see Persephone, and have her, get a drop of her beauty or something like that, and come back.
It's always like that.
Yeah.
It's always like a drop of your beauty.
Guess what?
Last stage,
right.
underworld.
Yeah. Well, she gets it, but the rule was she couldn't look at the box of the beauty that.
Wait.
But then she opens it because she got curious towards the end. She opens it and she falls into a deep sleep. And then I think, this is the part I'm not remembering well. I think Aphrodite took pity on it because, Cupid saw her that she was deep asleep, and he saw that she went through all these trials to get him back. And I think Aphrodite took pity on it. And so eventually they got her out of that deep sleep. And it's one of those stories where they got married and they let her live on Olympus. She's a human, but they let her live on Olympus because they're
That
in love.
is actually an adorable story.
Right? It's a happy story, so that's my favorite story.
Yeah, because usually they're very tragic.
Yeah, like death, cheating,
like
death.
Flew through too close to the sun, and everyone always ends up dying or something.
Right.
Greek mythology.
I mean, she did go through a couple trials, but it was very sweet.
Did they ever make a movie about this?
No.
I feel like that would be a really, really, really good movie.
Okay, it's not as dramatic as The Odyssey, so I don't really think would it be a good movie?
No, but add some movie dramatics to it. I think it'd be really, really good. I'd watch it. And
I'd watch it.
Add something crazy to those the trials that she has to go through, and
you're right. Kind of
like she's doing Sleeping Beauty on us with that deep sleep. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I think they should do a movie.
Okay, maybe.
It's actually not a bad story.
Maybe we should write a script.
We should write a script.
We should write a script.
Okay, here's a good movie.
Yep. So, all right. Well, it's a good segue to our sponsors. So, a word from our sponsor. Do you ever feel like you need to breathe? Try breathing. Oxygen will make you feel better than ever. Now in partnership with carbon dioxide, the thing you breathe out. Okay, so we just discussed the history of it.
Yes.
So a big part of Valentine's Day is obviously the commercialization of it.
Because just like Christmas, Valentine's Day was commercialized in the
19th century. Yes, the 19th century, everything was commercialized. A lot of the traditions that we have now, like the chocolates and the
teddy bears,
and the cards,
and all of that stuff,
all started in that era.
It's a lot of money coming through around Valentine's Day. What's the number, Saul? What's
the number? Okay, this is from last year. So last year Valentine's Day, they were expected to spend approximately $26 billion.
That's crazy.
Yeah, which is an increase of $1 billion compared to the year before. Now, a lot of the things might be because of wages going up and inflation, and that's why the number has
Yeah.
rose. But still, billions of dollars each year on Valentine's Day, that is insane.
It tells us a lot about the expectations set around Valentine's Day. Like for giving gifts, taking out to fancy dinners. People do Valentine's like trips, weekend trips.
Don't they?
Day.
Yeah.
Like day trips, and like it's all nice and fun, but it seems like based on the numbers that we're really overspending or like going outside of what we should be spending money on Valentine's Day.
Right. I mean, Valentine's Day, I'm really torn on money spending on Valentine's Day because, I mean, it's sweet and nice to do stuff, but also it's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just to have one day where you spend a ton of money on shitty chocolates.
Yes, some of those chocolates are shitty.
Most of them are shitty.
Well, if you buy like the Lindt or Ferrero Rocher type of chocolates, or like the nicer ones.
Yeah.
If I can label those as nicer ones.
They're nicer.
They're nicer than the other ones.
Yeah, they're nicer than Hershey's. Sorry, Hershey's.
Can I say a thing about Hershey's?
Yeah.
It tastes like throw up.
The Kisses does.
Well, so the thing is, there's a reason why.
Oh, why?
Since
we're on the topic of chocolate.
So like, let me just go on this little
side
here. So the reason why a lot of Europeans notice this, and this is not meant as a European private thing, but we notice it because we're not used to that type of chocolate. Because farms are so far away from the factories that produce the chocolate, they put this thing into the milk.
To preserve the milk?
And that has an aftertaste of throw up.
Oh.
And that's why I think Hershey's tastes like throw up, because of that little thing that they put in it to preserve it. And they don't have that in Europe, which I bet I don't know if it would be allowed, but there's also shorter distances in general, right? So
But then Europe has so many rules about food,
there's
though.
very, very strict regulations. But yeah, so that's why some chocolates in the US especially taste a little off or like throw up.
That is why. Interesting.
Yeah.
Chocolate. We were talking about stats. Some other stats is about half of Americans celebrate Valentine's Day. So not everyone celebrates Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Like, okay, I like Valentine's Day, but more so the thought behind it, that it is a day dedicated to celebrate love.
Yeah.
And like love as in like your partner, whoever you're dating, married to, or your spouse. Or like, I like Valentine's Day, for example. I think that's a very cute concept.
Yeah,
and it's just a day to celebrate love. And love comes in many different shapes and forms, like through friendship or family or like romantic relationships.
What is love? Love doesn't exist. What do you mean? Love for different people?
Real.
No, love is fake. Love is.
That might be your experience with that.
More than 8 billion conversation hearts are manufactured each year. This is an American.
How many what?
Okay, so you know those like chalky hearts with stuff on it? Writing on it, yeah. In America, more than 8 billion of them are manufactured each year.
That's crazy, but those are the ones that taste the worst.
I know, but
those
people
like
apparently
hardcore like the chocolates that are just Valentine's chocolates.
You think
are so bad.
Well, yeah, but maybe they just make those for the schools, because in America, you gotta buy
something
stuff for the school, the kids in your class. So maybe that's
because you have to have some kind of cheap, but the cheap chocolates, it's just not that good, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, so are you trying to tell me don't buy you cheap chocolates?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Wow.
Well,
okay. So
if
demanding.
I'm gonna eat the chocolate, it better taste good.
You're right. Yeah, I agree. Here's the other thing is no one could get their hands on conversation hearts in 2019, which is pretty crazy. I'm assuming it was because of COVID, but I don't know about it.
In 2019?
In 2019, it was COVID. Yeah.
Wasn't that 2020?
No, it was 2019. It started in 2019.
No, fall 2019, not early.
Oh, right, you're right. Just kidding, Jake. I get it. And then, yeah, exactly. since we were traumatized by COVID and its excursions.
I believe that Valentine's Day is a good opportunity to celebrate, like I said.
Yeah.
but I don't think that you need to go out of your budget to do it.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Like if you do say you do a weekly date night, like go on that date on Valentine's Day, right?
Right.
But like we don't need to go above and beyond.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like $1,000 type of thing. You don't have to give jewelry on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
You know, give jewelry to your partner because you want to give them jewelry and do something nice throughout the year, not because it's Valentine's Day. You shouldn't put that pressure on your partner.
Yeah. Or if you do have the means for it, like go for it. But I'm just saying if you don't, or that's not like within your budget, I think there's plenty of things that you can do to show appreciation to someone else.
Yes, I agree. We've kind of started diving into opinions.
Yes.
But I think we can dive into it more deeper after a word from another sponsor.
Whoa.
Let's have an ad break. Another sponsor? What?
Go.
Let's go. Did you start dating someone new? Do you feel the emotion of euphoria and are actively releasing dopamine, adrenaline, and norepinephrine? You might be falling in love. Get it checked out now. It's a disease. Wow, wasn't that a great ad?
That was amazing.
So great. I mean,
I'm so glad we're sponsoring we're partnering with them.
Yes. Thank our sponsors.
Thank
so
you.
great. Thank you to our sponsors.
We'll leave
you made it possible.
We'll leave the code for your discount.
Yes.
So you can get a discount.
Hashtag Bling Bling Board. Hashtag Bling Bling Board.
Yes, always.
Yes. Always Bling Bling Board everywhere. So we kind of talked about our opinions, but let's kind of get into the nitty-gritty, the fun stuff about our opinions on Valentine's Day. So what is like, I mean, do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
Yes. So,
you do?
Well, yeah. But it doesn't have to be big. I think it's a really nice opportunity to like highlight your love or like do something nice for the partner you're with.
Yeah, it's a nice special occasion.
Do I go all out? No. Do I expect my partner to go all out?
No. Okay.
So that's kind of my take on it.
Right,
do you celebrate?
I've done Valentine's Day a couple times, but
love that.
But I've been single for most of my life, so I haven't really celebrated a lot. However, I think, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. I think I had an ex-boyfriend that I celebrated with, but he didn't really do nice things for me, so I don't
That's why
really
he's
think.
an ex-boyfriend.
yes. So he like did the bare minimum. So I don't think that. I think he made up felt bad because he forgot Valentine's Day, or maybe
Which
he
is
did
hard
do something.
to do when everything is Valentine's Day themed.
Right. So yeah, I think we might have. I just don't remember. It wasn't significant enough for me to remember it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on it though, because I feel like a part of me is like, you don't need a day to show that you love your partner. You don't need that day. You should be showing your partner all year long. But then it's also a fun, special occasion that you could make it a little bit more extra and cringy and really heart-faced and like red and pink. So I'm torn on it. I have lots of different opinions on it though. I mean, what are some opinions that you have on it?
I like the highlight of love. Like,
yes.
It's like, I don't know, it's probably a really, really bad example, but it's like Christmas. Like, we could potentially be celebrating Christmas every day, or Christians celebrate Jesus every single day of the year, right?
Yes.
But it's just this one time set aside to, like, especially think about it.
Right.
And I like that concept with the Valentine's Day, that it's this one day that is especially set aside, like, this is the day that we're both very aware is about love. It doesn't have to be about buying things.
No, it doesn't.
Like, if you just put the right mindset on it, then it can just be a good reminder of why you're doing what you're doing. Like, talk about your relationship, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it doesn't have to be just about chocolate and flowers.
Yeah,
like,
it's a celebration.
Yes.
It's fun. I feel, though, I know a lot of people put commercialization as an evil thing.
Yes.
But I personally don't think it's an evil thing. First of all, spending money is the GDP. And higher the GDP means people are spending more money, which is good for the U.S. economy. So.
Well, and if you are spending more money on Valentine's Day and then you're complaining that it's commercialized, and it's like.
Yeah. Why are you feeding
into
commercialization?
Like,
don't do it.
Like, if you don't have the money in the means,
Right.
don't
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
don't
And if
do
you're
it.
with someone that
Right,
expects
right.
something that you can't give,
Right.
then maybe that's another conversation that you need to
Yeah.
have, and it's not about Valentine's Day.
Exactly, exactly. But relationships aside, I do love the fact that kids celebrate Valentine's Day.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it's really
like
sweet.
friendship-wise.
Right, yeah, friendship-wise. Like in school, you exchange things with each other, and you're really. It's just kind of a time where people can come together. There was a statistic in Good Housekeeping. It was saying it's mostly the kids that are benefiting Valentine's Day. So it's for the kids, you guys.
Come on.
It's mostly
It's
for the
always
kids.
for the
It's
kids.
always for the kids.
Okay, but do you know what, like, kind of... Okay, it doesn't annoy me, so like it affects me.
Right.
But...
What?
The people that are like, I just don't like Valentine's Day because I don't have anyone in my life to celebrate.
Ugh, self-pity. I don't like that.
Yeah, or
Gross.
like, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a boyfriend. He's like, okay. And
then show the people that you love.
Yeah.
Like, give something to your
I
family.
hate seeing people in love.
Why?
I
love love.
I know, but like I hear it quite often, like, oh, it's so, I just hate when people show they love each other. I'm like, bro, love is what keeps most of us together.
Exactly.
I think it's a good thing.
For me, I love sappy love stories.
Yes.
Like Queen Charlotte.
Oh,
Watch it on Netflix.
God.
Oh my gosh. I just want
can't breathe.
someone to just love me like King. Well, who's King? King George loves Queen Charlotte. That's the love I want.
So cute.
It's so
I love the passion. Like I love the dramatics around it. Like most love stories are so dramatic.
Yes, but I love that. I mean, let's celebrate that. Love is never logical.
No.
But you know, it keeps the world going.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like Valentine's Day. I think you need to find like your good middle ground.
Yeah, don't overspend it. I think
definitely don't overspend it.
A lot of people overspend it, and don't be a spoiled brat. Like don't expect your partner to do something crazy for you, but the fact that they're thinking of you and did something nice for you should be enough.
Ooh,
you know?
What's your take on this?
What?
So I've seen this a lot on social media the last few Valentines. Celebrations where your partner has to ask you to be their Valentine even when you are in a relationship. What's your take on it?
It's cute, but then here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I thought I was so cool growing up, and I didn't want to be like anyone else. So Valentine's Day was one of those things that I was like, oh, I'm too cool for it. Like, I'm not gonna celebrate it even if I'm gonna be in a relationship because it's so over celebrated. I'm too cool for it. Was my thought, and a part of me still kind of. Well, a part of me feels like that because I think you should be celebrating the love that you have with your partner year long, and you shouldn't have to have this one day to make your partner feel special. But if you're already making your partner feel special consistently,
as
you should, then it's a nice time to really celebrate it and come together. However, I have a hard time with. I think my personality-wise, I have a hard time with. Deep down, I love the sappy stuff. Okay, I love it. I love the cringy stuff. I love the sappy stuff. I'm a hopeless romantic in the inside, but then the cool me's like, I'm too cool for that shit. It's too cool. I can't do it.
I get it, but I am sappy.
It's a big cringe though.
But I think it's cute.
It's cute, but it's a big cringe. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could be like, would you be my Valentine's?
I think it's cute. I think, okay, because a lot of girls, at least that I've seen, they appreciate the effort of their man just being like, hey, do you want to be my Valentine? Because you don't want the chase to end once you get in a relationship. So them asking you, hey, kid, do you want to be my Valentine? Even if that's like, and you don't have to make a big deal out of it either. Like, some people do, and that's lovely, right? But like, if you just ask me the question, like, hey, do you want to be my Valentine? Don't take it for granted that I will be.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you explained the kind of idea behind it, I like that too. That's very nice.
I just think that, because, like, before people date, like, and they're not, and you ask them to be your Valentine, like, then that's a big deal. And then once you, it's just keeping that romance piece going.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of taking it back to the innocence that we all had when you start dating and your heart flutters and the butterflies. Yeah, it's kind of sad that as adults we kind of lose that sense of excitement when it comes to love. Love is supposed to be exciting.
Yes.
Love is supposed to be exciting. And maybe Valentine's Day is a day where you can go back to the roots. Yeah, really kind of embrace it. I love love.
Yeah.
I love ultimately I love love, okay? So I mean, we've talked about a lot, but we want to keep it nice and short. So we could probably talk so much more.
About Valentine's Day?
Love and Valentine's Day, but this is our first fourth session about Valentine's Day. And I think, how about we hear from another one of our sponsors real quick?
Yes.
And then we sum it up, and then we celebrate the love that we have. So, a word from our sponsor. Ooh, that's funny. Did you find something funny? Need to do something about it? How about laughter? Or try its sister product, a good chuckle. Ha 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 ha. Wow, don't we just have some great sponsors?
They just keep on giving up.
I think they're just giving. So great. I mean, it's almost like it's real life.
Yeah.
These sponsors.
I'm shocked every time I hear one of
right.
these.
I just connect so much to it.
Solutions.
Exactly.
Solution after solution.
Exactly. Thank you to our sponsors. Hashtag life.
Yes.
Someone did tell me I need to stop using hashtags because that's exactly what a Zoomer would do.
You use it rarely enough where it's just like funny and ridiculous. If you used it all the time.
Anyways, so great sponsors. Great sponsors.
Yes, amazing sponsors.
Amazing. So we kind of talked about stuff and we could talk all day about it, but let's kind of sum up our opinions on it. Like let's make a determination. The board needs to take a determination.
What do we think about Valentine's Day?
What do we think about Valentine's Day?
Not in that voice.
I definitely ultimately I think we're not anti-Valentine's Day,
no,
right?
Or at least I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either. At the end of the day, I think it's extremely sweet, and I love the celebration of love, and I think it's a positive holiday. And I don't hate the commercialization of it. I think it's fun, and I think it's ultimately for the kids. Yeah. So that's nice.
And me. The kids and me.
The kids and me. No. And so the celebration of love is extremely positive.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I think we have talked about that we disagree with or have a problem with is the pressure and expectations. Like going all out or spending tons of money on it versus we think that it's important to just focus on like the friendship, the family, the relationship that you are in, and celebrate that in itself, and not be like, if you don't buy that super expensive thing, then this love doesn't, then it's not celebrated.
It definitely, I think summed it up perfectly. It's a celebration of love, but it's a celebration of the relationships you have with these people, and not the monetary value of it.
Exactly.
You do monetary value things for the people you care about because it is a way. It's a love language. It's a way of showing that you care, and it's a day you can do something special. But you should be celebrating that relationship, and regardless of Valentine's Day, you should always be celebrating that relationship and consistently treating your partner well. Valentine's Day can't be the only day out of the year you do something special for your partner.
And
for men and women, goes both ways, you guys. Both ways, relationships are a partnership.
True, very true. And the one thing that I wanted to say, that where you can manage your feelings around Valentine's Day, if you tend to get disappointed a lot, is that disappointment is directly correlated with expectations.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is why I'm friends with you, because you're smart.
Well, so the thing is, if you set super high expectations that, like from a girl point of view, like my boyfriend needs to buy me this, like cute necklace, this cute that, needs to take me out on that date, and say you've never communicated that before, and he doesn't do that.
Yeah, people can't read your mind.
Then you will be disappointed. I think that it's very important to set expectations on it.
Yeah.
And then I also think that you need to be realistic with what they can do. And you have so say your boyfriend does all these nice things for you, like say he made you breakfast in the morning, and then like he sent you a text during his work day, and it's like Happy Valentine's Day, and then you made dinners together, but you didn't get that necklace, so you're disappointed. You had a good day, but because your expectation was, I need this one thing, then you'll have a bad day. Yeah. So I'm not saying don't have standards, but lower your expectations so that you don't get disappointed.
Right. Kind of. I mean, you've already kind of mentioned this. So yeah, have standards, but keep your expectations realistic. But also communicate your expectations to your partner. Exactly. Because people can't read your mind. So communicate your expectations. And also, really think about the thought behind it, because I think a lot of miscommunications happen because you assume people operate the way that you do, but a lot of the times your partner is showing you love in their own way, and you have to appreciate it because that's what they're doing in their own way.
Exactly.
And it might not be the way you show love, but that's how they show love. And it's the thought that counts.
Exactly. Yeah. And honestly, if you just keep a positive mindset and you try to look for the good things, then really your day will be good. If you're like, oh, that text was so cute, instead of he only sent a text.
Exactly. Like, don't be a negative Nelly.
Yeah. And like you'll have a great day.
Exactly.
Be appreciative of everything that you have.
And do stuff for your partner too. Like it goes both ways. You can't just expect. I mean, we're talking about heterosexual relationships. Just the woman just constantly take. You need to do something nice for the man as well. But all in all, we think Valentine's Day is great. I think it's a yay. Valentine's Day is a yay.
The board says it's a yay.
The board says it's a yay. It will pass this year. Go out and celebrate it. But I think we kept on talking about costs of Valentine's Day. So maybe we have some tips. Some ideas. You're welcome.
How to keep your costs low.
Yes,
because we've been saying don't spend that much money, and you might be wondering,
like,
what am I supposed to do? I don't know.
Exactly.
And if you don't have a piece of paper, then steal a piece of paper from printer at your job. They will definitely have
printer at your job. Okay? Wait, we're assuming the people who are listening to us have jobs.
We hope so.
We hope so. We hope you have a job.
Or work on something.
Yes. Or
find a printer. You'll find a piece of paper.
Or type on your phone.
Yes, but handwritten note if that's your gift.
Okay. I thought you were saying write down the tips, but right now you're saying. I'm
saying.
Okay, write down. Okay.
If you're writing a note for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, write a nice note.
Write a nice note.
Love
that's
letters.
Free.
Letters are so cute. Yeah.
And you can buy chocolates that are like $5.
You can. I mean, we did call them shitty, but honestly.
I like counts.
Well, but then I also like some of the shitty chocolate.
Okay, well, not everyone here has good taste, but that's okay.
I like some of them. Like the really tiny ones that kids give to each other, they're actually pretty good. I think it's mostly sugar, that's why it's good.
No, probably. You can also bake something.
You can bake something.
For someone?
Yeah.
Or you can cook a meal together. Like you're gonna eat dinner that day anyways,
you're gonna eat dinner anyway, so make dinner. Cooking's not that hard. Well, okay, maybe it's hard for some people. But honestly, there are a lot of easy breezy recipes you can find. Just Google some. Like a casserole is always super easy.
Pasta's pretty easy too.
Pasta's easy. Just boil some pasta. I would prefer you make sauce from scratch. But just put some canned sauce on it. And buy some wine. That's like a $20 meal for two.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be so crazy.
No.
And the thing is, with the dinner, for example, if you ask like, hey, do you want to come to my place? Let's cook dinner together. Super cute. Yeah.
Just listen to your partner and the small things that they kind of say. Yeah. They're like, oh, I just love music. Then maybe just listen, like put on their favorite music and maybe dance with them. That's really
cute too. Yes.
Yeah,
dancing together.
Yeah. Watch their favorite show together. Maybe go on a walk. Yes. Go on a moonlit walk. A
romantic little walk together. Yeah. Get some hot chocolate.
Oh my gosh, you love hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, just Valentine's Day doesn't have to be expensive. It's honestly it's the thought that counts.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's what we've really been saying.
It's the thought that counts, and we love and celebrate love. Be good to your partner, kids. Is that my right? Okay, I didn't know which hand was right.
Like that.
Yeah. So, first episode. So, board session. We're gonna close now. Valentine's Day, cool.
It's yay.
Yeah, let's go celebrate it. We love it. So successful first session. First board meeting session.
Yes.
So I definitely think you should listen to us.
That's the conclusion. You should
listen to us. You can stream us on Spotify and YouTube. We're probably gonna release episodes every 2 weeks on Wednesdays. Probably, don't quote us on that. And go follow us on social media.
Yes, and thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. It's Bling Bling Board at... Yeah, it's Bling Bling Board, username for everything. We've got a subreddit. We've got TikTok. We got Instagram. We got YouTube.
If there's socials, we got them.
Oh yeah. Other than Twitter,
yeah, we don't care.
We don't have X.
Sorry.
Maybe we'll make X later, but who knows? Maybe we will.
Sure.
Never say never. Never say never. And then if you have any questions, comments, or concern, please email us at blingblingbboard@gmail.com. If you want to submit a story for us to review one day, we will. We can talk about it in our break room. Go watch our break room. So thank you guys.
Yes.
We'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Toodles.